It's mid-March, one of my favourite times of year to be hunting, and we're in an area of Hampshire that is home to fallow, roe and muntjac. And of course, pheasants. Along for the ride is my good friend James, who this month is using a rifle in 6.5 by 55 Swedish. Although relatively new to the UK, it's far from a new calibre, having been introduced initially as a military calibre over 100 years ago, and soon adopted by hunters. With just over 2,000 foot-pounds of energy, the long, thin, heavy bullet has some excellent penetration. Okay, so today James is using a 6.5 by 55mm Swedish. It's an absolutely terrific calibre. James, it's your chosen calibre of choice.
Yes.
Why do you use it?
I like it specifically for woodland stalking, primarily because when we're out in this time of year and you see this very thick understory and we're stalking muntjac, we're stalking roe, very small bodied animal.
Yeah.
The great thing about this round is that occasionally if you're having to punch through some of this understory, you might encounter a twig or whatnot that might impede the bullet, the trajectory.
And if you do catch a twig or a branch,
goes right through.
Exactly, limited chance of a deflection. It's going to punch straight through.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? I think it's a terrific calibre. What grain weight are you using?
This is a 156 grain Seiko round, which is outstanding, and I'm shooting it through the 6.5 by 5.5 Swedish Sauer 202.
And it's a long, thin bullet, and it's a heavy bullet. You can see 156 grains. That's the equivalent weight to many other slightly larger calibers. So terrific penetration, fabulous round for woodland stalking.
100, 150 yards, no problem, absolutely.
With the 6.5 in hand, we set off firstly in search of fallow. However, despite plenty of signs, the fallow fail to make an appearance. And so I turn my attentions to another area of the ground where I've been seeing roe. Okay, so you can see what I mean about this patch. Great for roe, all this thickness of brambles. Bit unlucky in that bit. I don't know about you, James, but I think we've got our so-called wildlife photographer got a lot to answer for this time.
Yeah, yes.
Cracking on every twig.
Sticks and twigs and such.
Big size 10s, stomping through there, spoiling it for everyone.
I think that's James one to me.
But nonetheless, despite Ewan's best efforts, we're going to try and salvage this situation and see if we can pick up on some roe. Then 9 times out of 10 they're in there. But
if we
we'll
can get
do
to
our
them with
best.
that bump in it. So.
Yeah. It's a nice time of year to be in the woods, but nothing is working for us.
Well, if they were going to be here, they'd be lying in here. And I'm looking for ears, but there's no ears to be found.
That's not happening for us.
No, not at the moment.
They always say never deal with animals and never deal with children. Sadly, we've got both, haven't we? We've got the deer and we've also got you. We move on to a nearby farm and favourite deer hotspot. What we're going to do here, this is a favourite spot of yours, James,
Yeah.
where you shot that roebuck in the poplars, isn't it?
Yes.
In the summer. Problem is we've got the wind on the back of our necks here. So rather than coming in here, getting in the high seat and the wind taking our scent down towards the deer, I think what we'll do, we'll cut back round and come in the bottom of the wood and
come up,
work our way back over there, I think.
Okay, you can get off your platform now.
Planning your stalk so that you approach with the wind in your face is crucial if you're going to make the most of any ground. and as we come through a break in the hedge, we're rewarded when we spy a Muntjac Buck exiting the wood about 200 yards out. James and I knock off around 70 yards before setting up on the sticks. James settles down and squeezes off the shot as the animal turns broadside. Well done, mate. Well done.
Yeah, that looks true.
Well done. Brilliant. Good shot. Just stay on it for a second and we'll have a little look. It's a lovely shot on the species of deer that is renowned for not staying still. James carries out the eye blink and unloads the rifle. However, with a solid neck shot, it's simply a formality. Great shot, mate. Well done.
Thank
really,
you.
really good.
Thank you.
Exciting stalk, that one. Absolutely fantastic. We came around the corner there, and would you believe it, middle of the day, Muntjac Buck was just exiting the woodland and coming out into the field. Really, really good. About 130 yards. I pinged it out off the off the Swarovski binos. What shot placement did you go for?
I went with a high neck shot on the Muntjac. This time of year, the Muntjac's necks are very, very thick. They're about as thick as the body cavity. So it's a perfectly feasible shot to take, especially that type of yardage. And also specifically because this is a cull buck for me, I was trying to preserve as much venison as possible with the shot.
Yeah, which is a very logical thing to do. If you're trying to maximise your venison out of animal and you know you've got a nice stable platform, then there's no reason why not to take a neck shot. Something unusual has happened though with this animal. The bullet, you've gone for the neck shot, but what's obviously happened, I think, is that bullet has entered in the neck, but it's run up the spine as a sort of deflection and then come out the side of the head.
Yes, and which is ironic because we were just speaking about the terminal ballistics involved with the 6.5 by 5.5 Swedish is an excellent round, the knockdown power, etc. So that
exactly. I mean, a long, heavy bullet like that should have smacked straight through and gone through. You might expect it with a light bullet like a 243. Sometimes you get some deflections on the off bones with the terminal ballistics on a caliber like that. But with the 6.5, heavy bullet should have punched straight through.
Yeah.
But there we go. These things happen. And I'll tell you what, it makes amends for that god awful shot last time, doesn't it?
Yes, and that's also because I'm not using a god awful 308. But I'm not mentioning any names of where that came from. So
it's the caliber,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well done, mate. Great
Cheers,
shooting.
thank you.
Congratulations. That's it for this month. If you'd like to come stalking with County Deer Stalking, then visit our website www.countydeerstalking.co.uk.